Hello everybody and welcome back to Talks with Tina, where we are pursuing our most true and authentic self by what? Uncovering our roots. So I really don't have a long story to tell y'all prior to me saying in the spirit of getting straight to the point. So in the spirit of getting straight to the point, today's topic is, what point are you trying to prove? And so I was just journaling. I really forgot how therapeutic journaling is for me, because here recently I've just been talking out all of my issues. Like, I've just been real. This is what I gotta say. This is the problem I gotta with. Da, 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 da. And I think I'm approaching that season where I know that everything doesn't need to be spoken out loud, you know what I mean? Like, some things are better kept to yourself because it allows you to process, not you process with other people, you know what I mean? Like, not to say that's a bad thing, but I think there still is a portion and a point that you have to process by yourself, so you can understand without the influence of other people's opinions what you're going through, if that makes sense. So I was just journaling. Y'all, look how raggedy my journal is. I've had her for like going on 3 years now, since the beginning of Talks with Tina. It don't even have a back on it no more. But I was just journaling. And so I'm trying to process something that I'm dealing with. And I just went to, that sounded real shaky, like I was about to cry. Please no, I'm not about to cry. But I was processing something that I'm going through. And I ended up watching one of my old Talks with Tina videos, and it was called Overstaying Your Season. But then I watched a few of them, but the main one that's Overstaying Your Season was the one that was really speaking to me. And in that, I was first trying to understand why it's so hard for me to just be able to chuck up the deuces and dip out on certain situations. And it was like one part that really stood out to me. It was like, I don't leave because I'm trying to prove a point to this person or this thing that you got the best of me, or you ain't gonna find nothing better than me, and da 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 da. And I was recently having a conversation with my mom, and I told her, I said, how selfish is it of us to think that we are the most important or the better option for someone or something, that we take it upon ourselves to determine when and if we should stay in that person's life. And I said, that's really rude, because at the end of the day, if it no longer serves you, if you are no longer a good fit for that person or that environment or that thing, who are you to say oh, they're missing out on something good, they've done the best thing they ever had? You probably were the worst. Truth be told, you probably were the worst. But because we are so high-minded, we think that we are the best option. We think we are the most suitable. We think that there will be no one greater or better than us or anyone like us. And that probably is the case. But at the same time, if it's not serving you and it's not serving them, then there has to be better. There just truly has to be better. So how do we full circle this? How do we make it make sense to your life? What point are you trying to prove? Are you staying in a situation or an environment that no longer suits your needs, or is no longer suitable for you, or you're not even suitable for them, but because you're trying to prove a point that you are going to inflict pain or even trauma upon yourself for the sake of proving a point? I really want us to get to this place of being healed enough that we realize that we don't have to prove a point. The point is proven when we decide to take a leave of absence, to say, I don't think this serves me. It's a boundaries. We're implementing boundaries to say, this is no longer suitable for me, so therefore I'm going to depart from the situation. I don't have to prove anything to you. I don't have to say anything. I don't have to make an exit letter. I don't have to make a post to tell y'all I'm disappearing for 10,000 years. All I have to do is take my absence, gracefully bow out, but do it without being problematic, if that makes sense. I feel like even in times past, we so problematic, y'all. We want to do things that, again, that proves this point that you will never get another like me. And what does that even mean? What does that mean, that you'll never get another like me? I'll wait. But I don't have to be problematic when I'm leaving. I think if you learn to gracefully bow out, that is you proving a point to yourself that you are more worthy than inflicting pain, or even, I don't like discomfort. It is so interesting to me, as we prove a point, how much discomfort we're willing to go through just to prove said point. Who are you really proving the point to? Are you proving the point to yourself or the person, situation, environment, whatever it is? But what are you really trying to prove? And I think that is a very deep question. Like, it's not rhetorical. It's a deep question because it forces you to think, okay, what am I trying to prove? And at the end of the day, you will really find no adequate answer, because it will all fall on you trying to prove yourself in the area that you feel inadequate in. And so if you are feeling inadequate in that area, baby girl, baby boy, you have work to do. At the end of the day, you have work to do. If you feel like you have to prove a point in order to disappear or to dismiss yourself from a certain place or situation, you have work to do, because I think it even still falls down onto an area of like self-esteem, self-love, self-confidence that you lack. If you feel like your mere presence is all that is worthy to be suitable for that environment. If you say, oh my gosh, if they don't have me, then they have nothing. Who are you? Who are you? But at the end of the day, that's an answer you have to find within yourself, because if your self-worthiness and your self-love is tied to a situation, a person, or an environment, you have work to do. You have work to do. You have to sit within yourself to understand, am I enough? Is my life that I have enough that can be substantial, or even can go without this thing? Because I feel like we tie ourselves into these environments and these situations, which is why we don't know how to depart without proving a point. So my question to you all is, what point are you trying to prove? Can you live and exist outside of the things that you have tied your identity to? Who are you without these things? Where's your peace? Where is your joy? Is it only connected to these people, places, or situations? Or are you whole and content by yourself? Or even just, by yourself? Can you go on without being bitter? Can you go on without being envious? I don't know, but I think it all boils down to, have you tied your identity into this thing? Have you made yourself more mighty than you really are by claiming that you are the best thing or the most suitable thing for this person, place, situation, or environment? Or are you whole enough? Are you healed enough to even move forward, to know that you will still be complete and whole without this thing? It's, baby, that'll preach on itself. But I think we need to find solitude within ourselves. I'm even learning that for me as I rewatched the video. At that time, I really didn't know what I was like doing. I was like, why don't I know how to leave certain situations? Why do I overstay my seasons? And it's because I had no idea of who I was, or I didn't even know I'll become Talks with Tina in its full totality. But my identity is not even in Talks with Tina. My identity is Shantina Clark. So therefore, if Talks with Tina was taken away, if anything that I've, that God has gifted me with thus far is taken away, I know that my identity is in Christ, for starters. But it's me. My name is Shantina Clark. My name is not Talks with Tina. My name is not, Love Me Always, Broke Me Better. My identity is not tied into the things that I've been gifted with. My identity is in who God has called me to be. But I'm content to know that if I don't have any of these things, if I don't have friends, if I don't have these, then I am whole and complete enough to still be me, at the end of the day. So I want to challenge all of us to continue to dive deeper into who are you really? If you can dismiss and you can you not be so tied into these things that you put yourself on this higher pedestal, but can you really be you? Can you really be you? And can you love yourself enough to gracefully bow out when things no longer serve you? And can you go without proving your point? Can you not overstay your season for the sake of proving a point? And I had to learn that lesson. I think even doing this video, journaling, I can see the progress in where I've learned that I no longer have to prove a point, because I'm me at the end of the day, and I'm content and I'm whole with me, because I no longer value, well, not that I don't value, but I no longer place my identity in things, because my identity is me. My identity is in Christ Jesus. Okay, y'all so say, but I just love the Lord. But that's the chat. I think that's the chat. Love y'all. Bye.